The newest member of the Manhattan City Commission has filed to retain her seat. Jayme Minton was appointed to fill a vacancy on the commission in May of 2024 following the resignation of former Commissioner Wynn Butler. She becomes the first candidate to officially file for the 2025 city race. In a statement to the Manhattan Mercury on Wednesday, Minton said she has enjoyed serving and connecting with the community to better understand the needs and processes of the city. Minton has worked for Meadowlark since 2010 and is currently the Sales, Home Health, and Support Services Director. As more electric vehicles come onto the market, communities like Manhattan are struggling to keep pace with necessary infrastructure. During a Tuesday presentation to the City Commission, Jared Tremblay, with the Flint Hills Metropolitan Planning Organization, said a slow transition is happening from internal combustion engine vehicles to electric.
It's 40% in San Francisco. It's 6%, 7% in Kansas City. It's 2% in Manhattan, and it's pretty darn close to 0% in Wamego or Westmoreland. It is not going to be a tidal wave. It's going to be a slow infiltration. They're expensive. It's experimental. There's a lot of hiccups here.
The region has a total of 17 charging stations, most of which are in Manhattan, though only 3 that are considered level 3 or fast charging stations. Tremblay says the region is projected to need about 215 level 2 stations by the year 2030.
So for home charging plus the public charging with those 215 stations, that would require about 45 megawatts of power a day in 2030. We had a public survey, and without doubt, the thing we heard the most was EVs are going to overload the grid. We can't handle it. We're not ready. Fair enough. It's a concern of ours as well.
He says communities can prepare themselves by reviewing and updating zoning requirements, incorporating EV charging and parking standards, developing standards for installing curbside chargers, and streamlining the permitting and inspection process. Governor Laura Kelly condemned Republican overreach in health care as she announced Wednesday evening a list of 7 vetoes and bills passed without her signature. She characterized the 2 health-related bills she vetoed as questionable and an unconstitutional overreach. House Bill 2062 sought to offer child support payments to a mother from the date of conception. It was initially written and promoted by anti-abortion groups, while Democrats criticized the bill for cementing the concept of fetal personhood in Kansas law. Senate substitute for House Bill 2240 was a proposal from the Senate Committee on Government Efficiency that would require legislative approval for any change to public assistance programs in Kansas. Republicans have vowed to override her vetoes. Congress is expected to consider the SAVE Act this week, a bill that would require voters when registering to provide a document proving their citizenship. First District Congressman Tracy Mann was on K-Man yesterday and says the bill would protect federal and state elections in the future.
Practically everyone in Kansas would agree that only U.S. citizens should be voting in our elections. That is currently the law today, but when you look at especially other states, that's not necessarily being followed and there's no enforcement. So the SAVE Act ensures that only citizens can vote.
Detractors have said the bill could make it harder for citizens with mismatched information on their ID and birth certificate to vote, particularly women. Mann says he disagrees.
If you have a real ID and if you have your proof of citizenship, birth certificate, whether you're someone who recently got married, been married for a long time, recent name change, it's easy to just go and get it updated.
The bill passed the House last summer but failed in the Senate.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines. Joe Ryan continued his mastery over Kansas City, giving up just 2 hits over 7 scoreless. The Twins blanked the Royals last night 4-0. Kansas City has been struggling to get their bats going consistently. They've managed just 6 hits over the past 2 games against the Twins.
Well, this is an everyday game, right? I can't sit here and tell you all of a sudden they're all going to get hot. I mean, you got to go out there and do it one at bat at a time. So do I like the work they've put in? Absolutely. And I think the confidence we have in these guys as hitters, yeah, they're going to break out of this. But I can't tell you at some point they're just all going to get hot at the same time. We're facing really good pitching on the other side of the field, too.
Kansas City manager Matt Quatraro will today send Michael Wacha to the mound in the series finale. Bailey Ober goes for the Twins with coverage at 12:30 on News Radio KMAN. Big 12 Men's Basketball Player of the Year J.T. Toppin is spurning the NBA draft to return to Texas Tech for the coming season. Toppin was a consensus All-American as a sophomore for the Red Raiders and could very well be next year's preseason Player of the Year. The Masters tees off this morning. Scottie Scheffler seeking to defend his title of a season ago. Only 3 players have ever defended their title at the Masters. None have since Tiger Woods did so in 2002. Have a great day. I'm Troy Coverdale.